Trying to start day trading can be super overwhelming, and with so many different tips and strategies, it's hard to even know where you guys should start. So today I'm going to be breaking down the easiest way for you guys to start day trading, even if you guys are an absolute beginner. And this is the same approach that took me from struggling and unprofitable to where I am today, consistently making over 6 figures a month from trading. So let's dive right in. So first and foremost, what even is trading? What is day trading? So again, this is something that I'm going to break it down similar to how your high school economics teacher would break this down to you. Back in the olden days, it was a lot more, I guess, feasible or physical for you guys to be able to understand how trading works. Now, because it's the digitalized era, it's a little bit more difficult for you guys to understand it. So I'm going to take us back into the olden days of how they did trading and how they did stock trading and investing to give you guys a better understanding of this. So let's take this back to the olden days when computers and phones were not super readily available or had nearly as much capability as they do now. When I wanted to go buy one share of a stock, I would have to call up a brokerage or a person that's connected to a brokerage and say, hey, I want to buy one share of Apple stock. Let's say Apple didn't exist back then, but sure, let's just say, hey, I want to buy one share of Apple stock. They say, okay, this is the price of it right now. I can get you the paperwork in a week. Okay. And then boom, they get the paperwork of your one share of Apple stock and then they mail it to you. And then you have the paperwork and you're like, hey, I own a share of Apple. Awesome. And then if you ever wanted to see what the price point is at, you would again still have to go call up the brokerage and say, hey, I'm looking to sell this share of Apple stock. What's it priced at right now? And the brokerage is pretty much doing everything for you. They are pretty much the middleman between you and the company that you are investing in. And it's the same exact thing as it is today with this online internet money situation with online brokerages, but it's just a little bit quicker and a lot smoother, where instead of making a phone call and then receiving a piece of paper and then making another phone call, we have charts that can tell us the exact price movement at any point in time throughout every single day, within every single second, within every single minute of every single day that is happening in real time. So we have digitalized this, and pretty much the overall goal is to, again, buy one share or one contract of, let's say, Apple, for example, and sell it for more. Okay, so again, you guys very commonly hear buy low and sell high. It sounds easy, but it's a lot more difficult than how it sounds. Obviously, you're going to want to buy low and sell high for a profit, but you can also end up taking losses by buying high and selling low, which, believe it or not, a decent amount of people end up doing that. So we want to stay away from that. And in this video, I'm going to help guide you guys to be able to set yourselves up so you guys don't fall into that trap of buying high and selling low, at least too consistently to the point where you are losing money in trading rather than making money. Okay, now to break this down even more so, what are we doing within trading? This is the way that I like to explain trading. A lot of people, they get into trading, and I'm sure you guys are watching this video right now and you guys are like, yeah, I can't wait to get into day trading. How can I do it? And you guys get in and you're like, what's trading all about? Making money. And that's where you guys go wrong. That is the first and biggest mistake that every single beginner person that's learning, getting into trading, that's always their first mistake. They see people like me, you know, whatever. I got a chain, I got a nice house, I got some nice cars, I got some cool watches. And they're like, hey, this guy's making a shit ton of money. I want to make a shit ton of money. So I'm going to do what he does. And what he does is make a shit ton of money. No, you got it twisted. We need to understand the root of what trading is. What is trading as a profession? Because realistically, what are all professions? It is doing an act, doing a service, doing work to then generate an outcome. And then the awesome side effect for ideally most jobs is money involved, right? So let's think about specifically, what are we doing as traders to help us get that awesome side effect of money? We are accurately predicting where price wants to go with a high probability. So that sounds a little bit more nerdy than just rah, 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 we're making money. That's what trading's all about. And realistically, if you guys want to get into trading, you guys do have to be a little bit more nerdy, and you guys do have to get a little bit more focused and disciplined and consistent in order to truly make money from trading. This is not for the weak-minded people, and this is also not for lazy people. I know a lot of people come into these videos because they seen a video of me driving a $3.5 million car, and they're like, I want to be just like this guy because he's making a whole bunch of money, and I want to make a whole bunch of money too, but they aren't willing to put in the work. that is required to be able to get there. And again, I'm going to lay out a path for you guys to be able to get there, but I need you guys to understand that first before we move forward. So what is trading about? Not making money. It's about predicting where the stock or index or commodity or currency pair's price wants to go with a high probability. Keep this in mind. We are trading purely off of probability. There are days that we lose and there are days that we win. Our goal is to have a high probability of winning on a daily basis. Okay. So somebody like me who makes money from trading, I have a high probability of winning. Somebody who is brand new to trading and they suck at it, they have a low probability of trading. Okay. Of being able to predict where price wants to go. So what is our goal with trading? How does this profession work? We have a high probability of predicting where price wants to go on a daily basis. Simple as that. We are looking to buy low and sell high with a high probability every single day. We are also looking for, this is a different concept, which is called shorting the market, because again, this is different than investing, than what your grandparents and your parents and all these old people tell you to do. Invest your money, just buy dollar cost average, keep buying up all these assets, right? Yes, that's a great strategy when it comes to investing. However, when it comes to trading, there are daily fluctuations and there are daily movements where we are probably not going to want to think and predict that price is only and always going to go up, because if price only and always went up every single freaking day, then beautiful, we would all be billionaires. But that's not the case, right? Price sometimes has down days, okay? Sometimes stocks, they go down in price. So in order to be able to capitalize on these opportunities, to be able to still predict where price wants to go, there are short positions, which is essentially betting that the stock price, the index price, the commodity price, or the currency pair that you guys are trading is going to go down in value. So you're probably saying, well, how do I make money if it goes down? Well, it's quite literally the inverse of buying low and then selling high. You are placing a short position. So you are essentially selling, okay? You guys are selling at a higher price and then buying back the contract at a lower price for a profit, okay? And back in the day, you couldn't necessarily do this, okay? But now with brokerages, we are able to do this, and they are essentially being the middleman for these transactions. So we can say, hey, look, I want to sell this contract of Apple price, or this, whatever, this one stock or this one share of Apple today, because I think that price is going to go down over the next 1 or 2 hours, okay? So we short right there, and then let's say price does go down over the next 1 to 2 hours, we buy back that position for a profit, because when we shorted it initially, we were shorting at a higher price, and then we buy it back at a lower price, giving us the difference of that equation, which is profit. Awesome side effect of trading by predicting where price wants to go with a high probability. Money. Awesome. Cool. So now, just like the majority of you guys, I'm sure that this is going to seem like a super daunting and super difficult skill set to be able to achieve, which it is. But as you guys slowly start to progress, you guys are going to just like fundamentally and subconsciously gain and just store all of this information as time goes on, where it's going to get to the point where you guys don't even think about it. I'll be like, hey, you guys should go long after a sweep of liquidity, break of structure, fair value gap getting filled, and then enter off of an inverse fair value gap on the 1 minute time frame. That sounds like a foreign language to you guys right now, but to me, it's second nature, and I'm reading it like the fucking Rosetta Stone, or I'm literally bilingual in English and also trading, okay? So this little guy right here, he had no fucking clue what he was getting into when it came to trading, and I'm sure just like you guys have been watching hours of these videos or trying to understand how it goes, or maybe this is your first video getting you guys into trading. Do not get discouraged, because just like you guys, I started out with literally no knowledge, okay? And there's a meme that I like to bring up all the time. It's where like this dude in a suit comes in and there's this guy playing the piano. And the dude that's standing, watching the dude playing the piano, he's saying, you should stop doing that because you suck. And the dude on the piano says, well, if I stop, then I won't get good. And it's the same exact thing with trading, where if you guys want to, or if you guys give up, then you guys won't get any better, obviously. Or if you guys stop, you guys won't get any better. And on top of that, if you guys don't start, if you guys don't take action, and if you guys don't actually make an attempt, then you won't get any better. So we need to keep that in our heads when we are getting into this super daunting, super high skill level or super high tiered skill that is day trading that a lot of people really wish to attain, but not many people can attain it. So again, like I was saying earlier on, you guys need to have discipline and you guys need to have consistency in order to make this work. On top of that, I lost a shit ton of money when getting into trading because I didn't understand basic fundamentals and I got roped into a whole bunch of these other things that I'm going to explain later in this video that hopefully I can tell you guys about so you guys can avoid losing all the money that I lost when I was first getting into trading. And on top of that, what even brought me into trading in the first place? It was the same exact thing that brought you guys to this video. I was seeing a whole bunch of people who were making a shit ton of money and I was like, hey, I want to make money. And at the time, it was like at a pivotal point in my life where it was like, hey, it's time to start applying to colleges. Hey, what do you want to do in college? I don't freaking know. I just know I want to make a bunch of money. I also don't want to work a job where a boss has bossing me around. And I also don't want to work a 9 to 5. And I was having these thoughts at a very young age, which again, kind of signaled to me that, hey, I knew that I was going to be an entrepreneur. At least at that point in time, I didn't realize that that was going to lead me to be in the position that I am today. But I had those thoughts, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are having those thoughts right now, whether you guys are in high school or in college or past college, to the point where you guys are like, hey, I hate this job that I'm in, or I don't fucking know what I want to do with my life. And I think trading's interesting. I want to be my own boss and I want financial freedom. And that was the exact same position that I was in. I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to do with my life. And I just knew that I wanted to make money on my own and be able to live a financially free life. And that is what roped me into trading, because initially, before that, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my future. And that is what brought me into trading. And then after that, I got super, super enticed and fell in love with being able to predict price action with a high probability on a daily basis. I treated it like a game and it turned my life completely around and been able to make me financially free and become the man that I always wanted to become at that point in time in my life. And my goal with this video is to help you guys do the same. So now let's get into the actual tools and things that are going to benefit you guys when it comes to starting out in trading. This is going to be your biggest and most beneficial tool, which is going to be the charts themselves. So this is a website called TradingView. You guys can sign up for absolutely free and be able to look at all of these different stock prices. Right now I'm on the NASDAQ. We can look at the S&P 500 prices. Okay, let me remove my drawing so it's a little bit less daunting. But TradingView.com, write it down. You guys can sign up for absolutely 100% free. This is where you guys are going to be able to see what certain things are going to be worth and where you guys are going to start developing the skill set of strategy and understanding where price is going to go. I know that when you guys look at this chart, you're like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? This is super, super scary. Yes, I understand that. But the first thing that we need to do is at least even make an attempt to be able to get on here and then get comfortable with seeing these things, okay? Because again, when it comes to a high level skill set such as this, obviously this is going to be super daunting at first. But now I'm at the point where hopefully you guys will be able to get to the same point as me, where I look at this chart and I'm no longer scared of it. Instead, I'm using it as a tool and using it to my advantage to be able to predict where price wants to go. I'm able to look at the several different time frames that are on here. Right now, we're on the 4-hour time frame. Each candlestick represents 4 hours worth of time and 4 hours worth of price action, meaning that within these 4 hours, so from 6 a.m. this morning all the way till 10 a.m., price ended up going down around 0.81%. Again, I know this seems a little bit scary for you guys, but the very first thing that you guys are going to want to do is to be able to get on TradingView. And that's really it. That's the only tool that I want you guys to get on here at first, to start playing around with and start looking at. Again, we can look at all these different charts. We have the Bitcoin chart right now. Bitcoin, we can look at the price on the right hand side. Okay, we can change the time frame that we're looking at. So if we click this M button, we're looking at now, hey, this is what a month's worth of price action is looking like, or what a month's worth of price movement is looking like on the higher time frames. If we're looking at the grander scheme of things, we can see, hey man, over the course of a long period of time, Bitcoin has consistently gone up. Being able to understand these tools is super beneficial, or specifically TradingView and the charts itself is going to be very beneficial for your guys' trading journey. So I highly recommend you guys go sign up for an account on TradingView. Like I said, it's completely free. You guys can go on there and you guys can start at least just looking at these different charts and getting comfortable cycling through some of these time frames. Okay, I'm not necessarily going to tell you guys exactly how to break down every single thing and how you guys can make a shit ton of money off of this right now, because you guys are in the super early phases of just understanding trading. So just for now, I want you guys to get comfortable with our biggest and best tool when it comes to being able to predict price, because this is how we're able to actually see the prices on a daily basis within every second of the day. We can see that these prices are consistently moving. If we go down to these lower time frames, we can see that, hey, each one of these little candlesticks on the chart is representing 1 minute worth of price movement within each second. So we can see, boom, Bitcoin's price just went down a little bit. It just went from around $109,268 down to $109,202. How can we capitalize on a position like that? Maybe by going short. Okay, it obviously is going to take a lot more than that and a lot more understanding than just saying, hey, we're just going to press short like I talked to you guys about earlier in this video. But getting comfortable with seeing these things is going to be super beneficial, and just, again, getting into it and getting used to using these tools. Go ahead, click around on some of these buttons. Again, I don't want to go fully in depth on all of these things just yet, but getting comfortable seeing these candlesticks printing, cycling through the time frames, and at least getting on the charts is your first step to being able to start slowly digesting this big skill of trading. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about when it comes to understanding the skill of day trading is some of these mistakes that I fell into when I was early in trying to understand trading. And hopefully this is going to save you guys years, if not months of time in going and turning from an unprofitable trader into a profitable trader that's able to predict where price action wants to go with a high probability on a daily basis. First and foremost is there's a lot of and bad information out there on the internet, and I know it's difficult right now in these early phases to be able to siphon through a lot of the crazy and elaborate information that's out here on all of these different side hustles. But the goal is for you guys to find somebody that is on the internet showing you guys a bunch of proof of them actually making money in trading, and then trusting those people and learning from these people who are actually showing you guys full-fledged proof of them being profitable. So for example, I mean, obviously I'm going to reference myself, but you guys can look at my Instagram stories every single day. I'm posting my P&L on the day. I'm posting my P&L for that week. I'm posting my P&L for the month, and I'm showing you guys full transparency of whether I won, whether I lost, if I didn't trade for that day. And then on top of that, I'm pressing record every single market open on these trade recaps that you guys might see through my YouTube channel. And you guys will see me actually walking through in depth of why I'm taking the trades that I'm doing, and then also telling you guys exactly when I enter and exactly when I exit. Okay, and this is the level of transparency that you guys need to find from somebody that is willing to teach you guys the skill of trading. Or else, you know, if they're not showing you guys daily, weekly, monthly P&Ls while also showing the trades, the exact trades that they're taking, I hate to break it to you, bro, you guys should probably try and learn from somebody else. So by all means, I'm not telling you guys specifically that you guys can only learn from me, but I'm saying you guys should find somebody with the level of proof and level of expertise that I give and I show within my YouTube channel to be able to vet out some of these people. Okay, because again, within the online money space that we're in now, especially within trading, there's a lot of deceit and a lot of lies that goes on. So again, find somebody that shows a shit ton of proof of their product and of what they do on a daily basis, so you guys can learn from the right people. The second thing is understanding your emotions when it comes to trading. Okay, like I said, a lot of you guys are getting into trading not necessarily to be able to understand where price wants to go with high probability on a daily basis. You guys are like, I just want to make a shit ton of money. The problem with that headspace of I just want to make a shit ton of money is you are going into trading with the wrong idea. Okay, because if you're thinking I just want to make a shit ton of money every single day, that's a relatively good headspace to be in, but we need to change our goal there instead of just saying I want to make a shit ton of money, because we as humans naturally have a very strong emotional connection to money. And as you guys will eventually know when you guys are getting into trading, we need to fully remove our emotions from trading, because if we get greedy in trading, we are going to be taking trades that we shouldn't be. We're going to be risking too much money. And then what happens if we lose that trade? We're losing money that we weren't willing to risk in the first place. We sometimes can get fearful. We can sometimes lack confidence. We can sometimes be a little bit overconfident. So instead of prioritizing our emotions and acting emotionally, we need to be data driven. Okay. When we get into the markets, and again, as you guys go through this day trading journey of you guys learning how to trade, you guys are going to learn these super valuable skill sets of prioritizing your psychology and prioritizing the data that is put in front of you, such as the charts, like actually reading the charts instead of just saying, oh my goodness, price is going up so fast right now, I'm just going to press buy. And trust me, I've been in that situation before. The second that you press buy, the chart's going to go down and you're going to lose fucking money. So don't fall into that trap. I know it's difficult for you guys to do it right now, but again, keep it in the back of your mind where you guys can constantly be thinking, am I making a decision based off my emotions and based off how I'm feeling? Or am I making a decision based off the data that's presented to me? Okay. And then lastly, something that's going to help you guys, again, speed run to profitability is by setting yourselves goals. You guys have to aim towards something, and you guys, again, can't really shoot at anything. You guys can't shoot at something without a target. Okay. So for me, this is actually my old journal when I first started getting into trading. And I would write down like pretty much everything. Okay. I would write down, you guys see this, I would write down my trading plan. Again, like I went in crazy depth. Okay, I have another thing right here that says trading plan, my goals. All of these things are super beneficial. And then I would write down and journal like, boom, first week of August. Okay, I'm writing down all of these things, what price was doing. And I was also writing down my goals and aspirations on this to be able to progress me to where I wanted to go. Because again, if you guys don't set goals, then how are you even supposed to know what steps you're going to take in order to get to where you want to go? Okay, so we all have this overall super vague goal of, I want to turn profitable. I want to make a whole bunch of money trading. Okay, that's awesome. But what is a subset of goals that we can set that can help us make daily decisions or take daily action to get closer to that overarching massive goal of, I want to turn profitable and I want to make money trading? Okay, so that's going to be stick to the strategy that we know and understand. Follow a risk management plan. Don't let emotions get the best of us. Okay, we want to start swapping out some of the bad habits that we have, even as just humans. Like I'm sure a lot of you guys probably have a lot of bad habits. And the second that I said that, I'm sure you guys thought of a couple bad habits that you guys have. Whatever those habits are that you just thought of, you guys immediately need to kick them, because in order for us to be successful and disciplined within trading, we also need to be successful and disciplined within our own lives. Because what makes you think that you're going to be able to be disciplined in one facet of your life if you're not disciplined in the rest of it? It's just not possible. So we need to, again, set these goals to, one, excel us as humans, but also as traders. Now let's get into how I actually became profitable. So first and foremost, like, I know it sounds stupid, but you guys have to lock in. Okay. I realized that I wasn't where I wanted to be in life. So I had to make a big personal decision that, hey, I'm going to have to give up all of these bad habits that are causing me temporary joy and temporary rewards that usually last only like an hour or 2 hours, or daily little things that are causing me to not get to where I want to go. And I need to start prioritizing goals and prioritizing actions that maybe they're difficult to do today and tomorrow and every single day consistently, but those goals and those things that I'm doing consistently on a daily basis are going to help me get to my final and end goal. And that's what you guys need to start doing, is realizing that, hey, if you guys truly do want to make money with trading and you guys want to lock in and actually make this big decision and make this dedication to your life to be able to do this for like a full-time job, you have to treat it like a full-time job. It's not just some side thing that you guys are going to learn on the side and spend 30 minutes or an hour each day learning. No, it's going to take a lot more than that, because again, if a regular person who has bad habits and who is living super comfortably and who is undisciplined was able to learn how to day trade, then every single person would be rich. But that's not the case. On top of that, what did I have to do? I had to change the mindset that I was in. So I had to start thinking with a different mindset and a different point of view of my life. Instead of thinking, how can I make a bunch of money today? I had to start thinking years in advance. I had to start thinking, what can I do today that is going to set me up for a better life 5 years from now? Because if we think of our massive timeline of life, no matter where you guys are right now, whether you guys are in high school, whether you guys are in college, whether you guys are out of college, you guys are still in these early phases of life where if you guys are able to develop this skill of trading, it can drastically affect and change what your life trajectory is going to look like in the future. Whereas if you guys keep doing these bad habits and keep living the same exact life that you guys are right now, nothing is going to change. A quote that I love, it sounds stupid, but it's real. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So right now, if you guys are like, yes, I want to learn how to day trade, but then you don't change anything within your life or change anything within your headspace of how you're thinking about doing things or how you're going to start taking action, being disciplined, being consistent, then nothing's going to change. If you guys like, what makes you think that you guys are going to become successful in a skill set that is very difficult to attain by being just a normal human, by being average? We aren't trying to be average. We're trying to be way above average, and we're trying to live a life that 99% of people aren't able to get. So in turn, what do we have to do? We have to do what 99% of people aren't willing to do. Okay. And that's the headspace that you guys have to get in. And that's the headspace that I had to put myself in. Again, when I was writing down these notes, like these are affirmations that I would read to myself every day that were not true at the time. But now I've fully surpassed these things, and I'm literally getting goosebumps thinking about it. Every time I read these things, it's like just so crazy how far I've come in my life. But I will make $10,000 a month. I am successful. I will follow my trading plan. I will follow my schedule. I will log my trades. I will invest money into crypto. That one was crazy. That one helped change my life forever. I am successful in the markets. I make money in the markets. I am not greedy. I'm unbiased. I'm confident in my markups and my layouts. My mindset is always leveling up. Life goals. I will make $1 million in a year. Some months I'm making $1 million now. And at the time when I was writing these, I was like, bro, I would be fucking lucky. I would be the luckiest person in the world to be able to make $1 million in a year. Here I am doing those numbers in a month. I will be financially free. I will own a Lamborghini. I never ended up owning a Lamborghini, but hey, at least it's the thought that counts. I own a Koenigsegg now, which is $3.5 million instead. I will be mentally and physically healthy. I will travel frequently. I will enjoy my life because that is what we are here to do. I will continue to level up my mindset. These are things that I was writing when I was at the lowest point in my life. I was not making any money. I was depressed. I didn't necessarily have any friends to talk to. I did not have a good relationship with my parents at this point in time. And the only person that I had was myself. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are in that position right now. Trading not only helped change my life financially, but helped change my life mentally. And it all started with believing what was possible before I could even taste what it was like. I was writing these goals down just off of like hopes and fucking dreams, bro. And now rereading these, it's just so crazy how I was able to manifest the life that I'm living by just working every single fucking day towards this goal that I had, or towards all these goals that I had. And it was just a relentless, consistent fucking grind that was very difficult. But now, just a couple years later, I'm able to look back and I'm able to read these things and I'm like, holy shit, I did it. And I know that every single one of you guys has this potential in you. I'm a regular ass person, bro. Like, there's nothing that I've done in my life that you guys can't do. Like, I really am no different than any of you guys. Like, I truly am just a normal fucking human being. And all it takes is for you to see the potential in yourself. All it takes is you guys just believing that you guys can do it, and then just putting your head down and saying, shut the fuck up to every single person that's saying that you can't do it, and saying, shut the fuck up to the voices in your head, because guess what? You're already in a shitty position anyways. So me personally, I would rather work my ass off to be able to get out of that shitty position. In worst case, I stay in that same exact position that I'm in, but at least I fucking tried. And I'm telling you guys right now, without a doubt in my fucking mind, that if you guys put in the work required, and if you guys put your head down and say, shut the fuck up to every single person that is getting on you or making fun of you for fucking trying, that you guys will be able to make it. That's all that it takes in order to be successful. It's just consistent hard work with discipline. And that's really what's going to separate you from everybody else. The majority of people are lazy, they're complacent, they don't want to do anything with their lives. And me, when I was trying to learn how to trade, I was not satisfied with the life that I was living. And I wanted more for myself. You guys are watching this video because you guys want more for yourselves. You guys want to change your lives. You guys wouldn't be watching this video if that wasn't the case. And that tells me that you guys see potential in yourself to be living a better life than you guys have right now. And that is what's going to be your driver of success. And never lose sight of that. Now, I know I just went on a really long ass rant, but all of that is super true. Now, getting back more so into the trading side of things is strategy. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to stumble across a whole bunch of these different strategy videos. This 5-minute strategy is going to give you an 80% win rate and make you $5,000 every single day consistently. Okay, that's some bullshit. If you guys ever see that online, literally like just block them. And something that I fell into, it's a trap that you guys always see on social media, is this new strategy. This is what you guys are missing that's going to turn you successful in trading. This one confluence is going to help you be able to do. No, it's not. What is going to help you guys turn profitable in trading? Finding a mentor that, again, shows as much proof as possible to be able to show you guys that, hey, they are actually making money doing this. On top of that, finding a strategy that not only makes sense to you, but is used by somebody that is successful in the markets, using that strategy and sticking to it. Okay, the amount of months, if not like a full year, that was wasted from me because I was jumping from strategy to strategy to strategy because a new YouTube video would come up on my recommended feed was just ridiculous, bro. I wasted months, if not a full year, because I was like, hey, this strategy video that I saw online is going to turn me profitable. And then I took one trade using that strategy and then I lost it. And I was like, this guy's a fucking liar. I'm going to the next one. And it's like, no, if LeBron James teaches you how to shoot a basketball and you take your first shot and you miss, is LeBron James a liar? Or are you just not good enough at shooting a basketball yet? It's the second one. So again, we need to understand that developing these skill sets is going to take some time, okay? And strategy is one of the biggest skill sets, and that's where we're going to be applying these skills on the charts, understanding where and how price is going to move, okay? And just find one that makes sense to you, that makes sense to why price is moving the way that it does. And then awesome, whether it's my strategy, whether it's somebody else on the internet strategy, I don't care. Find one and stick to it and then learn it and develop into a high skilled trader using just that strategy. Trust me, there's no other YouTube video strategy that's going to get you whatever, some better returns than a different strategy, okay? There's so many, and it's actually ridiculous how many online internet gurus that get on to whatever, a YouTube video, and they're like, this person's a liar, this strategy doesn't work, okay? I have so many rich trader friends that aren't even online, and they trade in ways that are way different than me. Realistically, every single trader trades differently, okay? That's just the reality of it. There's not one strategy that fits all, and there's not one strategy that works and one strategy that doesn't. Okay, you just need to find a strategy that makes sense to you on why price is moving and then practice it, and practice it on the charts like relentlessly with discipline and with consistency. Okay, and that leads into risk management, which is another portion of this. So far we've covered 2 of the 3 tiers of trading. Okay, and you're probably saying, okay, what are the 3 tiers of trading? The 3 tiers of trading are the 3 fundamental skills that are going to turn you guys profitable. It's understanding a strategy, understanding your emotions, so psychology, and then risk management. Risk management and psychology kind of go hand in hand because risk management is actually pretty easy. It's just deciding, hey, how much money do I want to risk on a daily basis? Boom, pretty freaking simple, right? The hard part is sticking to that and by overcoming those emotional challenges that you guys face when it comes to risking those amounts of money. So like I said at the beginning of this video, all of you guys are getting into trading because rah, 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 we want to make as much money as possible right the fuck now, today, yeah, you know, you're getting all pumped up. Risk management says, hold your fucking horses. You are actually going to risk way less and you're going to make way less, but it's going to be sustainable. And I know that's probably not what you want to hear. You guys want to win the fucking lottery and go buy a Koenigsegg. It's not going to happen today, okay? And it's not going to happen within your first year or your second year, okay? Maybe your third year if you guys go fucking crazy. But realistically, you guys have to understand the long timeline of these things. So within risk management, it's really simple. We don't trade with our emotions. Again, that's when we fall into these emotional traps, we are no longer thinking with the data that's presented to us. We're thinking with, oh no, price is going higher and higher. I want to also get into this. I'm going to press buy. And then boom, you end up losing all your money. And then, oh no, my trade is going in the opposite direction, but I'm just going to get rid of my stop loss and not sell because I think my direction was right for the day, and then guess what? You end up losing all of your money. So by trading with these emotions, or by letting your emotions take over the logic when it comes to trading, that's how you guys are going to break that risk management. And risk management, like I said, is essential in order to turn profitable. Number 2 is just be patient. Like I said, day trading is a very high barrier of entry skill set. Day trading is very difficult to understand, and trust me, it is going to be a long and difficult journey, but that journey is going to be a small, tiny blip on your massive timeline of life of turning successful with trading. So again, you guys aren't going to get rich as quick as you think with trading, but you guys are going to get rich quick, okay? Or I would like to say that if you guys are consistent and stick with this enough, okay, that disclaimer, not all of you guys are going to get rich quick, okay? Disclaimer. But if you guys are consistent with this, if you guys are disciplined with this, I know that you guys will eventually be able to make money from the markets. But you just have to be patient and understand that this is a much longer timeline than you guys are expecting it to be, okay? And then last but not least, it's as simple as just sticking to your plan, sticking to your strategy, like we mentioned before, sticking to the data that's presented to us, and then understanding the risk management plan that we've set up, okay? Now, I want to go over your guys' next steps or how to move forward from here. So you guys understand what trading is. Buy low, sell high, make money. Sell high, buy low, awesome, make money. You guys know the 3 pillars of trading, which is psychology, risk management, and strategy. You guys know relatively the overall gist of them, okay? Psychology, we don't want to fall into the emotional traps that trading can bring us. Strategy, we want to choose one that makes sense to us, that can help us understand where price wants to go, and ideally we have a high probability of doing it. And then risk management, we're not over risking, we're having a sustainable risk management plan, so we are ready for losses when they do come, because they will come within trading. And also we're going to be able to capitalize more on our wins. Our ideal situation is to maximize wins and minimize losses. So your guys' next steps is taking action today and not tomorrow. And what I want to invite you guys to is my 3-day live event that I'm going to be doing from November 8th through the 10th, where I'm going to be covering all 3 of these pillars of day trading in complete depth. It's going to be a several multi-hour live educational event where I'm teaching you guys literally everything A to Z when it comes to trading. So I'm going to be going over strategy in depth, how you guys can understand those very intimidating and daunting charts that I showed you guys early on, okay, where I'm going to show you guys how to understand candlesticks, how to build out a strategy, how to understand where price is going to go at certain times off of certain confluences. I'm going to teach you guys the confluences. And then furthermore, I'm going to give you guys an in-depth strategy on how you guys can fortify your guys' psychology so you guys don't fall into those emotional traps within trading, so you guys can, again, turn yourself not only into a successful trader, but also into a successful person. And then we are also going to be covering risk management within that 3-day live event. Again, this is the first time that I'm doing something like this, and I think it's going to be like some of the most value that I've ever given to the internet, like literally ever. And I'm going to be doing it live in front of you guys. I'm going to be spending like literally my entire weekend dedicated to this for you guys, so that you guys are going to be able to turn profitable and have the exact roadmap so you guys are able to, again, get on this right track of turning profitable. I'm going to leave a link down in the description for you guys to sign up to this. And again, I want you guys to start taking action today. So this YouTube video is a perfect step. And then on top of that, if you guys are watching this YouTube video while the event is still like a month out or a couple weeks out, that's awesome. You guys can start front loading and start watching a whole bunch of my YouTube videos. And on top of that, when you guys actually join the 3-day live event, you guys are going to be put in a special group chat where I'm going to be sending you guys videos prior to the event so you guys can mentally prepare. We're going to be going over some psychological tips again, and this is before the event. So we're giving you guys even more value once you guys join to, again, prep you guys for this massive 3-day event that we're doing to help you guys understand how to trade from literally A to Z, how to build out those massive 3 skill sets. And again, the next step for you guys is to start taking action today. You guys got on this video because you guys want to become a successful day trader. There's a reason why you clicked on this video. It's because you guys see more potential in yourself than what you guys are currently at right now. I advise you guys, and I want to encourage you guys to take action today, whether it's watching another YouTube video after this, whether it's signing up to the 3-day live event, doing something that is going to put yourself in a better position to be able to get 1% better by tomorrow. Okay, whether it's just completing this YouTube video and then taking notes and then watching another one right after this, keep taking actions that are going to help you guys get towards that end goal, whether it's signing up for the 3-day live event and then going over the YouTube videos and the videos that I personally send you guys within that group. Whatever it is, I want to tell you guys to start taking action today, because tomorrow's going to come and then you guys are going to be like, oh man, I'll do it the next day. I'll do it the next day. And that mindset is never going to get you guys anywhere. The second thing that I want you guys to do is understand your guys' timeline. Understand that this is going to take a decent amount of time for you guys to learn and for you guys to develop this skill set. But trust me, it is going to be the smallest blip on your timeline of understanding or learning how to trade. And that little blip on your timeline can drastically affect and change what the rest of your life is going to look like. So again, strongly advise you guys to, again, understand the potential that you guys have and take action and take some initiative to change the way that your life can look like by doing something today and then doing something tomorrow and then the following day, every single day, to help get you guys to where you guys want to go. Just like how I did back when I was writing this journal. I was not successful at all when I was writing these things down. And now I've fully surpassed all of the goals that I wrote down in this journal just a couple years later. That is 100% possible for you guys. And again, just understanding that timeline of, is this going to be a very difficult skill to learn? Yes. But also understanding that if you guys are able to learn it and if you guys are disciplined and consistent enough, that this can change your life forever. And then last but not least is just reinforcing that fact that consistency beats everything, okay? Literally just showing up on a daily basis, whether you want to or whether you don't, and at least putting in some effort, taking a little bit of action every single day is going to help you guys get towards that end goal. Because if you guys put in whatever, if you guys watch this YouTube video and then you're like, oh, I don't really want to do this. And then a week goes by and then you watch another YouTube video and you're like, okay, I do want to do this. You just wasted a week's worth of time when that entire week you guys could have been getting 1% better. You literally could have already been 10% better than you were if you just were consistent. So the people that show up every single day are going to get so much further than the people that aren't doing things consistently on a daily basis. And that's the last thing that I want to leave you guys with is whether you guys do something after this YouTube video or not, I'm going to make a promise to you guys is that every single person that stays consistent and stays disciplined, you guys are going to be a winner, whether that means in trading or just in life. And whether you guys want to pursue trading or end up giving up on it and finding another side hustle, I don't give a crap. Okay. I just want as many people that come through this video to be as successful as possible. That is my goal with my YouTube channel, for you guys to come here and for me to inspire the people that were just like me when I first started trading, to be able to help them to get to where they want to go with their lives. Because I know when I was younger, I was struggling and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And then I just so happened to stumble across a day trading video just like this, and it changed my life forever. And I want you guys to realize the potential that you guys have as human beings and where you guys can go with your life. And I'm sure you guys already know what you guys can do with your lives because you already clicked on this video. So again, if you guys want to start taking action today, I highly advise you guys to sign up to that 3-day live event that I'm going to be doing. Again, it's going to be hours worth of information. I'll leave a link down in the description for that. And then again, if it's a couple weeks away or a month away, I advise you guys to watch another YouTube video, whether it's mine or somebody else's. I really don't care. I just want you to, again, keep taking steps in the right direction. So with that being said, I love and appreciate you guys. Drop a sub. Peace out.